Hello, everyone. Misty Angelique and my partner in crime.
Hello again, Sandra What?
We are back. So in this training, what we're going to speak about is email automation. So if you recall, on a previous recording, I mentioned opening up your accounts, okay? So here's the other account that will need to be open and accessed as we walk you through step by step, okay? So this video training right here is specifically for GetResponse. And what we're going to do at this time is talk about email automation. Now, for those that really don't understand what email automation is, or for those of you that do and you just need to elaborate on it a little bit more for a little bit more clarity, this is what we're going to do, okay? Email automation is this. The purpose of an email automation is to leverage your time. Leveraging your time by scheduling out the message that you're trying to convey in your business, okay? Let me give you a quick example. When you opt in to an offer to one of your favorite shopping stores, when you make a purchase online, what ends up happening? You hit submit and you get an inbox right away saying that your shipment is on its way. Thank you for registering. Thank you for applying to our newsletter. Whatever it is you're inquiring about, you get an email right away. Well, obviously, there's not someone there sitting and typing, waiting for us to opt into their business. It's set up into their email automation within their campaign, okay? So we're going to break this down for you. We want to also specify that once we show you how to set it up, we're also going to get into showing you how to create that campaign, okay? Because your email list is composed of two different ways of communicating. You have an email campaign, which is already composed and scheduled out, meaning if I opt into your business tonight, you have it scheduled where I will get an email automatically tonight, and then I'll get one again tomorrow, and then I'll get one again 2 days later, and so forth and so forth, okay? That's the email campaign automation. You also have an option where you can just create just right away, you know, just some type of spontaneity where it's like, okay, I want them to know about my email live I just did. So I may say, hey, check out. I'm sorry?
Newsletter.
Yes, a quick newsletter or a quick update, whatever it is you're looking to do. So this is the content that you want to create within your email autoresponder. So the content that you want to keep in mind to create is a newsletter, like Sandra just mentioned, conversation. Like it's very personable, very informative, very creative, something that's going to educate them, something that's going to stretch them depending on the nature of your business. But keep this in mind, everything that you do, you need to have a CTA at the end, a call to action, okay? We're in business, right? So every business at the end of each marketing campaign or each promo you have printed out or each Facebook Live or anything you're doing to promote what you're doing, there's a call to action. Either click the link, do this, go here, join our Facebook group, you know, click here for more information. You have to include a call to action. So these are some of the things we want you to keep in mind when it comes to content creation for your email automation. Another thing that's so very important is that you want to make sure that your information is evergreen. Evergreen meaning you're not going to say Merry Christmas and put a Merry Christmas email automation on day 4 in this campaign, because if I register next year after Christmas, that means my 4th email is going to come from you that says Merry Christmas, right? So we don't want that. You have to make sure that the information that you have provided in your email campaign is specifically towards no time, no season. It's evergreen. It's towards whatever it is with your brand. It's content, it's fresh, it's new. Sometimes you can even go in to change it based upon the needs of the business, the structure of the business. If it changes, you have the option to do that. And Sandra's going to share her screen and get into that to show you those different options, okay? But again, to piggyback on what I just said, you have to go in to create your account with GetResponse. And once you create your account, you can pause as Sandra's going along. You could go along with her. So by the time this video is over, you are completely set up with what we have to say in this training. Now, yes, there are tons of other providers out there. I can name an array of different services, but again, we're going to keep it simple. Those 3 words, keep it simple. And the reason why Sandra and I love GetResponse, we've used 2 or 3 other service providers throughout the years. We found that GetResponse is very user-friendly. It offers everything that close to the big monsters of the industry, I would say, that has to offer, but it's very affordable for new businesses starting off. And then as your email list expand, you have the option to upgrade based upon your list. So you get in at a starter package, and then that starter package gives you up to so many leads, and then you go on to the intermediate, then you go to the 5,000, then you go to the 10,000, then you go to the max, which is 100,000. So there are different levels, and each level has a different monthly amount. I'm sorry, charge is what I meant to say. So from there, this is how we're going to get started. Okay, Sandra now is going to share the screen. Hopefully you have your account set up. If not, again, click the button on this page to set that up, and you're good to go. So Sandra, if you want to go ahead and get them started.
I am going to share my screen and get you going. Okay, I have logged into one of my GetResponse accounts here. I'm just going to move this over. Once you create your account, you will come to a home page like this. Now, the first thing you want to do is create a campaign to send your members to. It's like a campaign is a separate file or a separate folder where you will be funneling all the people into regarding a certain topic in your business. For example, I'm going to use the cake theme that I used in the other videos. If you are giving out a recipe for chocolate cake, you want to put your members in your cooking campaign or your recipe campaign or your chocolate cake campaign, however you choose to call that. If you are offering how to deep fry, you may want to put them into a different campaign. So the campaign is basically the folder where you are going to direct those certain people on a certain topic, because you don't want to mix them all into one campaign. GetResponse allows you to create as many campaigns as you want so that you can give everyone their own email with the proper topic. So you are going to go into this little settings. Okay, let me start at my dashboard. This is going so I'm going to move this over here. If you go to this little drop-down menu on the campaigns, you'll see I have a lot, but down here it says create campaign. So that's what you want to click on. You want to choose a name that will tell yourself that this is the folder that has a particular group of people. So, for example, this is my delicious chocolate cake recipe. So I want to send everyone from that particular ClickFunnels funnel that we went over with the lead magnet. I want to send them to this campaign. So I'm going to create campaign. Okay, it wants only small letters. Create campaign. There we go. We now have delicious chocolate cake. So now the first thing we have to do is edit campaign settings. So we're going to click on that, and then we're going to click on permissions. I'm just telling you this quickly as an overview to get you up and running. Basically, you don't want to have a double opt-in. We're going to turn off the double opt-in for this campaign, which you're going to click these 3 boxes. That way, when someone opts in to come to your list, they go straight into your list without having to opt in again. And again, we go into this a lot deeper in our advanced training, but we're just giving you the information you need to get it set up and running right now. And this is a very important point, because otherwise they'll get another email that they have to confirm their opt-in, and a lot of times people don't want to go through the trouble of double opting in. So you turn off that setting. So now you have your campaign created. You want to go into Manage Autoresponders. just going to take a second. Okay, now you'll see Delicious Chocolate Cake has popped up. That was the most recent campaign I created. I have a lot of others here, and if I click on one, you will see all these emails pop up that I have pre-made for that particular campaign. So we're going to go back into the campaign with chocolate cake out of here. Delicious Chocolate Cake. And we are going to create our first email. By clicking on that space, it will pop up. This is your campaign. Send message immediately. And you can enable which days, like if they opted in on a Sunday, you may not want them to get an email on a Sunday, but I always leave this enabled. And the only thing you have to do to create a new email is to click this little link, create new email. You'll call this message name is a title that only you will see. So you could say chocolate short form cake email number 1, just so that you know. Now, the subject line you will want to match with the topic. If they just opt in for the chocolate cake recipe, the first thing you want to do is give them their chocolate cake recipe with an email. Now they would have received your lead magnet as soon as they opted in from ClickFunnels, but they will also be put into your list and they will get an email right away. So you want it to correspond with what you've just sent them, and you want to thank them for opting into your list. So you want to think of a catchy title. So you might, so that they know it's you might want to address them and say, your chocolate cake recipe is on its way. And the email address that I have a few email addresses connected to my account, but this is the one that I choose to do my campaign from. So then you click on next step. This is where you can pick from hundreds, dozens, lots of beautifully pre-made emails from GetResponse. I don't use the pre-made ones. I choose to do my own. There's some details we can get into with you in the advanced training that will tell you why it's actually helps your deliverability rates to not have so many pictures in your email. So I'm going to start from scratch just to show you how to build one on your own. This is the template I usually use. So I'll just grab this one. Now you have a place here where you can choose to put an image for your header, or you can just press this little garbage can and delete it. And this is where you would put your text. Now, you want to speak to your followers about exactly what they opted in for, because you don't want them to get their first email like, this is not what I opted in for. So you want to say hello, you want to thank them for opting in, you want to tell them, you want to say, I hope you got your chocolate cake recipe. If you didn't get it yet, here's the link again. You never know, sometimes a link will go somewhere like maybe the spam or junk mail, and you want to offer it to them again. And so you cover, what they wanted. Did you want to add something to that?
Yeah, what I was going to mention, I thought I was trying to wait till you were done. But okay. What I love about this particular template is, even though the screen that she just came out of, that particular screen has all the templates made for you, but on your right-hand side, right here on the screen, if you follow the flow at the top, it shows you what you can slide over to create your content. So even if you want to add another image block, there you go, another text box, and then even an image in between them, and then look at the other one if you want an image to the left of the content or image to the right of the content. You're pretty much creating what you want. I just created one for one of my businesses at the top of the week this week, and it was so beautiful. You have the option to change the text the colors, the background, highlight, hyperlink if you're trying to redirect traffic from your email to back to your Facebook page or back to your website. This button is beautiful. Then once you hit all of these buttons, you can make according to your brand, is what I mean by beautiful. If you go down to social sharing, like go down and hit that button, it allows you to integrate your social channels with your emails that you have going out, which then helps you build your brand online, build all of your social sites, which is what we're going to get into in the next video. And then one last thing, as Sandra was talking, that I could not wait to say, I couldn't wait, was that if you look to the left of the screen, that chat 24/7 button right there, that is your best friend, okay? Sandra and I whole objective for this training is to keep it simple to get you started. However, the softwares that we've mentioned, which is ClickFunnels and GetResponse, and then the 3 outsourcing tools that we mentioned in the previous video, those things that you're going to have to grow into as you understand the nature of the software and what it provides, okay? But we cannot express the importance of getting acclimated to this customer support button, okay? It's your best friend. And what I love is that their customer support button, soon as you hit that, you wait a couple minutes, and you don't even have to wait 2 minutes. Sometimes they pop up in seconds, and then they're live there chatting with you. So as much as Sandra and I want to help each and every person that we come in contact with to build their business, unfortunately, it's just more better for you as a business owner, more efficient for you to chat with a live agent at each individual software. As we're giving you these basics, we're setting you up for initial setup right now, but when you want to expand and get creative and do whatever, this is what you want to do. One last thing I want to mention about this customer support. If you notice on this social sharing buttons, you don't see Instagram, right? So what I had to do is you have to contact support, and they gave me a link when I noticed, hey, I need to, integrate Instagram, because Sandra and we run a lot of traffic with a lot of different Instagram pages, which is another advanced training to run traffic to whatever you're looking to do that we can get into with you at a later date. But you want to make sure that you connect with them, because what they end up doing was, again, they're wonderful. Send me a link. Here's how you integrate it. You do this, X, Y, and Z. So my point is, although we are available to help with some questions that are important, your first go-to is the software support of whatever you're in. And then at that time, they can help you immediately. And sometimes Sandra and we live in this authentic abundance life. We may be out where we can't get to you right away, but this customer support button is your best friend, okay? Keep that in mind.
Right, for sure. So some of the wonderful options you have in here that I just want to point out, because not everyone knows how to attach a link, especially the beginners. So I'm just going to quickly, briefly show you, since we're in here on this text. If you highlight any of the text in your email, all you have to do, you just go to your button, you click on that, and paste your link in here. That's just an example, and okay, and now those words have your link. So that's how to attach a link. You can do the same thing in blog posts and emails. Most of the places have that same little icon to add your links. So enough of that, because we have a lot more for you in the advanced training and getting into the nitty-gritties. What I do want to also show you is, as I'm typing here, you can see the mobile version on the right. You want to keep an eye on that and make sure that the content you are typing is going to look good on mobile as well. You also want to make sure that the link that you put in is seen without scrolling down. So you want to put any links further up in your email so that they don't have to scroll down. You want to put the first one link somewhere closer to the top. So that is, I think, all the tips I have for creating your email at first, and there's more details I can get in with you about making it even more deliverable. But we'll have to get into that another time. So the next thing you'll do is click Next Step, and then Save and Publish. So then you will see in my autoresponder, I now have my first email.
Ta-da!
And then you'll click on this one to create your second email. So each day you can have a new email going to your prospects. So that's really how easy it is. Now I'm going to show you how to go to, we're going to go to integration. So when you hover over account, that's going to take you to.
Keep in mind, this integration process is going to happen once you schedule out. I mean, we recommend at least having 20 to 30 emails within that autoresponder. So you're all set to go with whatever campaign that they subscribe to. So you don't ever have to worry about that again unless there's something else that you want immediate attention to. So from there, that's when Sandra now is going to show you how you're going to integrate this software to connect with ClickFunnels, so everything is now connected for you.
Yeah. So now that if you hover over account and click on integrations, and that's going to bring you to your GetResponse back office, where you will click on API. This is the key that allows ClickFunnels and GetResponse to talk to each other. This will allow ClickFunnels to go into your GetResponse account and choose which campaign you want to send your emails to. So you use your default API key, copy it. Then we're going to go into ClickFunnels. We're going to go to Account, Integrations. And mine is already here. So you're going to click on, yes, here we go. When you click here, it pops up. So you can click on GetResponse, add new integration, call it, okay, new GetResponse, and then I can edit this one. We're going to choose GetResponse. And then here is where we're going to paste our API key. Then create integration. And there it is. There's the one I just added. So I'm going to have to remember to delete that later. But that is how simple it is to integrate the two accounts. So now, when we go into your funnel, I'm going to show you the magic. This is the funnel we created earlier, and you had you want to attach your lead magnet to it. We've gone over that, and now we're going to integrate this edit page. Move over our pictures. I'm going to hover over settings and click integrations. Now we are going to click GetResponse, and then it will auto-populate, add to campaign, and then where it says select a list, select the drop-down menu, and let's find our chocolate cake.
It was just up. I saw it. You gotta go. Yep. Right there. Delicious chocolate cake.
I can't find it.
Right there. Right there under free 100.
There it is. Okay. Thank you. There we go. Now, when your prospects enter their name and email address to learn how you made such a delicious chocolate cake, they are automatically going to be also added to your GetResponse campaign to get your follow-up emails. And it's really that simple. But now you have to click Save. Now remember, again, each step you do inside here, I want you to click Save and click Save again just to be sure. Oh, I think we have covered the GetResponse integration.
Yes, and I hope that it's starting to come together. I hope that connecting the dots is creating this picture for you to see how you can automate your business, and specifically speaking about the campaigns. I know initially you were probably like, what do you mean by campaigns? Now you specifically, Sandra has, she's broken it down to where you see you can start a campaign that's specifically to delicious chocolate cake. So obviously in that list of her campaign, she's not going to connect delicious chocolate cake campaign to a lead capture page that has to do with living life on your terms. You see what I mean? So campaigns are specific to that ad or that product or that service that you're going to create, because those leads are coming in from that lead capture page. Make sense? Yay. Whew. Okay. So now the next step will be, as we finish step 3, step 4, this is where we are going to go to town. We are going to have some fun with Facebook.
Social media.
Yes, social media, Facebook marketing, Instagram. Now you see why we couldn't just jump into why to market on Facebook or social media, because you couldn't do all of that without all of the steps 1, 2, and 3 set up. So now we're going to show you how you can put out what we did and what we did in the last 3 videos to now market what it is that you're trying to market, whatever business, industry, nonprofit, for profit, whatever your hands are doing right now. We're going to show you how the magic is done via marketing on Facebook. So pat yourself on the back. Woohoo! Pat yourself, Sandra. We did a good job. And so congratulations. So now we're going to show you the next step. Congratulations for going this far, and we'll see you in the next training video.